video looking real dumb. Okay, I believe that we are live on YouTube. Today it is January the 9th, 2022. And that's how I started the video on YouTube, just saying that. You never can do it right. So listen, this will give all of you hope who want to go live. It does not have to be perfect. You just do the best you can, right? So we just welcome you all tonight. We are in week 2 of our Boss Babe 2022 series. And before we start, I do want to make just like a little announcement. Since we really did not get to talk about like New Year, January stuff last week, because they had not come out with all the information until Monday. So let me just share one screen, and this will kind of give you a little overrun of what's going on with all the pink, the Powered by Pink. Y'all know we've had a theme of that this year, Powered by Pink. So these are the 4 contests that are going on right now. And basically, you can just not even look at any of this and know if you do a 600 wholesale every month, you sell 1,200 and do a 600, then you're going to be winning. Okay, but let's talk about the first one up here. This is a new one. It is called Powered by Pink, Power Up Your Team Building. And it's a consistency contest challenge, and it starts January the 1st. And so on this one, you do have to do your 600 wholesale January, February, and March, but also develop 3 new Great Start qualified team members. 3 Great Start qualified team members during this time frame. And so a Great Start team member is someone that joins the company and then does a $600 order cumulative in her first 4 months of the business. Obviously, she would have to finish in March. So let's say you recruited her in March. Well, then she would need to get the 600 in March to count for this contest. So what would be the smartest way to do it? Get 3 recruits in January and help them sell enough to order 600 in their first 3 months, which would be by the end of March, and then you would be winning, right? Instead of waiting until March the 30th and recruiting 3 people and having to put the squeeze on your recruits, because we really don't like to do that, right, ladies? So this is a beautiful pearl bracelet that you will win, a 3-strand golden and pearl pink bracelet. The second thing is this month is Power Up Your Knowledge. And the Power Up Your Knowledge is from, of course, the 1st to the 31st, and you win that beautiful pink pearl and chain, silver, sterling silver chain necklace. And that's for doing a 600. And so y'all, what is a 600? It's selling 300 a week. Selling 300 a week. And I have some consultants that find it easier to order every week than once a month. It's hard for them to keep money in their hot little hands. So if they have a $300 week, sometimes they'll go ahead and send in a $150. Now you don't have to do that. You can just do it all at once. But if you have to, that's okay, but because it's cumulative in the month. And the product will actually come in your order in the box that Mary Kay sends to you. Okay, so you'll find it in there. It'll be in a little, not this color, but it's going to be in a little package, and you want to make sure you open it up and don't throw it away with the popcorn. And then there's a 6-month spring consistency contest. We just finished the 6-month. In fact, in the chat on YouTube or in Zoom, if you did the 6-month consistency contest and did all 6 months of 600s, I would love to know on here. Tell me that you're a winner on that. And those, if you remember, are going to be the little draw. It looks like a New Year's Eve ball, kind of like this bracelet, but it's going to be the earrings. Okay, so you get the bracelet if you do it January to June 30th. And then if you have done it all 12 months without missing, okay, then you get the necklace that goes with it. And they're always so beautiful. And so if you're newer and say, hey, well, I just signed up, well, they kind of count from when you signed up. All right, except for like if you sign up in June and do them 1 month, you don't get all the prizes. All right, there is a limit to that. So you can look at the details. But anyway, these are the prizes. I just wanted to kind of show them to you so you know what you need to be working on. So just think about in your mind minimums. Okay, minimums, 600 wholesale. That's selling 300 a week, and 1 new team member, 1 new Great Start team member each month. Okay, when you start doing 2, that's more like national quota sharing, right? If you're new and you have 0 team members, then that goal needs to be 4 a month to do the national quota of sharing, which is 24 qualified. So that is what's going on right now as far as this month. The other thing that is going on, there's a social selling posting challenge. And Mary Kay starting January the 3rd, is doing a little contest. And so you may see your beautiful little face on the Mary Kay website, as far as on Facebook and Instagram and things like that. And all you have to do is, it said that you want to show how Mary Kay fits in your life. And whatever you want to say, maybe why you joined, what it's brought you, something at a Mary Kay party. I mean, you can post whatever you want all day long, right? And you just have to put hashtag my MK life. And one more thing, not just that hashtag my MK life, but you also have to tag Mary Kay US. So you put the little @ Mary Kay US United States. All right. So that's the two things you have to do. And y'all, they don't look on Facebook, they look on Instagram. That's what they're looking on more. Because sometimes Facebook, if you have it private or public. So Instagram really is the way they're looking. Another thing is they did extend, as y'all already probably know, the $30 e-start and the $130 starter kit and the $45 sample kit all the way until the end of this seminar year. So those three things, we didn't know if they would extend it or they wouldn't, but they did. They did not extend the Bestie vouchers. However, if you are a new consultant that signed up in October would be the latest, October, November, or December, then you have Bestie vouchers that, well, the people in October, they will expire at the end of this month. The people in November, your Bestie vouchers, you still can use them, but they will expire at the end of next month. And the people in December, anyway, you have your 4 months. Okay, so everyone that signed up in December, if you're a new December team member, then you still have December, which is gone, but January, February, and March, the end of March, to use your Bestie vouchers. And so new people that sign up this month and onward, they do not get that discount. Okay, so that was something that they ran, and that's common for Mary Kay to come up with a promotion and then do it, and then they'll do something else later. So I wanted to let you know that. But I did want to let you know that if you have Bestie vouchers, like you signed up in December or before, then you still can use them, and you want to use them. There is our preferred customer program where you get the Mary Kay lookbooks in the mail when you send them to your customers. The preferred customer program, these are our lookbooks, in case you're newer and you think, what is a lookbook? And we just call it a lookbook because on the front of it, if I can find the front, it actually says the look, okay? The look. And so the ones that are going out in February, there's a deadline to register to send these to your customers. It's 70 cents a name, 70 cents a name. And so that is January the 17th. And so that is it's not Monday, that's the 10th, it's next Monday. So directors, this is your fair warning, because you'll be at the leadership conference next week. Don't forget, because you'll be in Atlanta going, I got to go back to my room. I got to miss the party because I forgot to do my PCP. So you want to do your preferred customer program. How do you do that? Some of you are new, I don't even know what that means. Well, first of all, you want to go to your Mary Kay In Touch or your Mary Kay My Customers app, and you want to make sure you have some customers in there with addresses, not just emails or phone numbers, because we can't mail to an email, right? So you're going to have some addresses in there. And then you will want to go to marykayintouch.com. You go under the second column, which says Business Tools. And then under Business Tools, you will see Preferred Customer Program. And when you see that, it'll say enroll, update your customers. And it's pretty simple when you get on there. It's 70 cents a name. So let's just really think about this, you guys. If every single one of y'all don't enroll at least 10 people, that's $7. So please do not call me and say I can't afford to do the PCP. So send your customers some books because they're going to get it before everybody else. Also, you will get to order the new products on February the 10th instead of waiting until February the 15th. So that's a pretty good deal. And as y'all know, some of the good stuff sells out quick, right? Because all of us that do preferred customer program, we're going to get what we need. So the biggest thing is it is good for your customers to have this book in their hands. Okay. So just look at that date. Why don't you just go ahead and do it tonight? You can always pull it up on the 17th and add people. It doesn't cost any more to add people. All right. There also is going to be a price adjustment in the Mary Kay on not every single thing, but it looked like to me a lot. I'm not going to throw out a percentage, but it was a lot. It's going to be on February the 17th. And I know I sent out a little text to some of my people this week, and I listened to a really great perspective from Leah Laughlin, National Sales Director, on the price increase and using the Go Give spirit and maybe letting your customers know. Now, did I send the price increase amounts to my customers? No, I did not. Okay, so I will tell you actually what I said. It is nothing magical, but I sold almost $700 in just a few minutes by sending this text out. I'm not kidding you. I just said, hey, I'll be like, hey, Jana, Happy New Year, because I know I would want to know if I were you. I wanted to tell you that Mary Kay has let me know in advance that there will be a price increase on many of your favorite products starting February the 16th. I guess it's the 16th, not the 17th. It's a great time to stock up on the ones you know you buy the most. Don't you wish other stores would let you know in advance? Have an awesome Friday. It was on Friday. Cleta, your Mary Kay girl. Okay, and so from this, I mean, I just started, my phone started blowing up and I just started getting texts. Thank you so much. Go ahead and give me 2 of my moisturizers, 2 of my cleansers, and 2 of my foundations. One lady said, how much is the day cream going up? So I took a minute and looked and I said, it's going up $3. She goes, okay, great. I mean, you know, it's not like they're going up $40 a piece or something, right? But they are going up. So, you know, that was a quick little text that I sent out. And if nothing else, it just shows goodwill. It just shows goodwill. And then that way, if later, like in March, when someone orders and they go, well, I thought the so-and-so was so-and-so, you go, yeah, remember that text I sent back in January saying there's a little price increase. So, and just to put it in perspective, and I did write this down, but the rate of inflation since 1982 has been about 1% a year. And in 2021, according Leah looked all this stuff up, not me, so don't think I'm a brainiac, but the rate of inflation right now is 7%. 7. And so most companies have increased their prices anywhere from 10 to 25%. And Mary Kay has increased ours from 5 to 10%. So we are well within range. The shipping is going up. And all of y'all know about the shipping, how they did not go up. Matter of fact, they gave us a discount since all the stuff with COVID. If y'all remember, they gave us a deep discount on our shipping. And I believe it was like $4.95 for CDS. So all of that is going up. So you may just want to rethink a little bit about how you do your business if you want to keep a little bit more of your more popular products that your local customers buy from you on hand. Okay, so that you're not having to do CDS to every single person. But you know, you can pass on that shipping to your customers as well. But you know, it just maybe you want to look at that. One of the things that I did is I looked at and I'm like, okay, what are my most popular selling products? And that and what is going up of those. And then I just went through and I've already done one order, but I'm going to do an additional order. I already have one like on the computer of the things that I know that I want to stock up on a little bit. And then when the prices go up on February the 16th, mine are going up too. I mean, mine are going up too. So one other thing I want to remind you, between now and the 16th, I want you to grab every single last one of your brochures, okay? All of them. Put them in a bag and put them on your table and have a goal that you are going to give away every single last brochure that you have in your house, because all of the prices are going to be wrong as soon as that hits. And it's confusing to customers. Do y'all understand? So it's okay right now, just get them out. I mean, I don't care if you think they already have a book. People throw away their books. They can't find their books. They need one in their car. You know, so just start sticking them in everything. Put 10 in your purse everywhere you go. Oh, you ever try Mary Kay? Would you like a book? So you know how, like, I know y'all, because I'm the same. We're book hoarders. We hoard our books. Because what if I run out? I need to have the stack on my desk. It's so dumb, right? Because our stack of books on our desk is not going to do anything. I'm looking over here. I got a big old stack of books. I'm telling this to myself, but I have a lot of books, and it's good to keep like one of each book from the past so that you can find prices of things that maybe are discontinued or whatever else. And that's great. Keep your little stack of your books. But I'm just telling you, you will want to get rid of all these since it is a major price increase, not just one item. Does that make sense? Because you will want to honor, you know, what you hand out. If I hand this out today to a lady, then I'm going to probably want to honor the prices in this book. Y'all with me? So I just wanted to bring that to your attention as well. Let me see if that's everything on my little announcement list. Okay, there is a career conference coming up in March for everybody, and it's in, I think, 20 something cities, and they've already posted the cities. You probably already seen what's closest to you. The registration starts February the 2nd. So I just wanted to remind you of that. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be our first career conference. Listen, our first career conference since 2019. 2019, not 2020. We didn't have one in 2020, 2019. So that's 3 years. So it's going to be exciting. And career conference is just a place of celebration. There's going to be a lot of recognition. There's going to be a lot of training, and it's going to be a lot of girlfriend time. And you can fly down to wherever your director lives, or you can pick the closest one to you so you don't have that much of an expense, and just hook up with sister directors and sister consultants there and get to know some new people. So I have been, one year I went to 3 different career conferences in 3 different cities. I've been to Michigan numerous times and of course down to Florida and in Georgia. So my group will be going to Jacksonville, Florida for this particular one. But anyway, I want you to just look at that. You go under Mary Kay In Touch and click on events, and then under events, it says career conference. You can see the cities and you can see the weekends. And they usually start on a Friday evening. Well, usually there's a little class. In the past, there's been a little class at 3:30 for red jackets, 3:30 to 5 for red jackets. And then it ends the next day, usually around, I think it ends at 4, something like that. So it's like 24 hours. So anyway, you guys look at that. You may want to find a skirt that fits, and yeah, you know, go take that skirt that you wore 3 years ago and say, can I squeeze myself in it? And we had a big discussion on one of our director Voxer groups about the black skirts that we're going to see next week at leadership, because people can't fit in those blue skirts that they bought 2.5 years ago. So anyway, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Okay, congratulations for all the winners that did all 6 months. I am so proud of all of you. And so, oh, and Maureen, thank you for typing the that little in the whatchamacallit, the script in the chat. Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started on our week this week. So I'm going to share the screen with you for a moment. Okay, so if y'all remember, we're on our 9 weeks to spark our interest. Spark and increase our belief. Okay, and so this is the original Boss Babe, Mary Kay Ash, and some of the traits that Mary Kay had. And so last week we defined the Boss Babe definition: one who's someone with someone on a mission with a purpose, has confidence, is disciplined, consistent, pushes through her fear. She believes without a doubt she can and will accomplish anything she sets out to do. She makes things happen. She empowers others. She gives more. She loves more. She inspires. She does what's right. She keeps growing and changing and adapting while going through the process. And then this was our Bible verse last week. I don't know how many of y'all memorized it, but you can go back. It's not too late, right? And the Bible verse last week, our belief verse, was, if you can, said Jesus, everything is possible for the one who believes. Immediately the boy's father exclaimed, I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. And that was from Mark 9:23 to 24. And so this week is going to be week number 2, and it is on one of our favorite subjects, enthusiasm. And so Mary Kay Ash herself used to say, fake it till you make it. And she said, act enthusiastic and you'll become enthusiastic. And she used to give lots of tips about this, about running up and down her stairs and then getting on the phone so that she seemed out of breath and excited. And she would do this all the time. She would pick up the phone and say, hey, how are you doing? And then she'd go, okay, back. So then she'd run up, she goes, hey, yeah, this is Mary Kay. Yeah, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Only have a minute. And she said she'd get herself pumped up. You know, even if she wasn't excited, she would get herself excited and enthusiastic. And so on the slide, Mary Kay's, let's go back. Mary Kay's, one of her quotes that she used to say is, enthusiasm is the motivating power to success. So enthusiasm is going to motivate you. All right. So let's look at the definitions of enthusiasm. And if you have your workbook, this is in there. And I've known this a long time about enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means intense, eager, enjoyment, interest, and or approval. And so, did you know that enthusiasm actually comes from two Greek words, en, meaning within, and theos, meaning God? So the word enthusiasm literally means God within. And don't we all want that? Don't we all strive to be someone that lives their life and talks and acts like we have God within us, right? And if not, when we're acting unenthusiastic, think about that. Where did God go? So we really want to think about that. And so I would love to see in the chat. Well, first, I want to just share a couple things with you, and then we're going to do some discussion in the chat as well. These are two little things that I found out that I found when I was kind of researching a little bit on enthusiasm is, to rise up and attack the day with enthusiasm. Rise up out of the bed. Now, some people do rise up and woo, and some people rise up and okay. So it's okay because you're not really in front of anybody yet. So however you rise up, when you're ready to see people, you need to be attacking the day with enthusiasm, right? And enthusiasm is the yeast that makes your hopes rise to the stars. Don't you love that? Y'all know how yeast makes like biscuits rise, right? Your enthusiasm is the yeast that makes your hope rise to the stars. And that's by Henry Ford. And so I want to share with you a little article that this was from Ralph. This was a little thing. It says Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Unless you maintain your enthusiasm, life can wear you down. A job that once challenged you can become monotonous. A relationship that once excited you can grow stale. And a daily walk with God that once inspired you can feel like just going through the motions." The word enthusiasm comes from the Greek word, which means possessed by or inspired by God. But how do you stay inspired? Just as the Israelites gathered fresh manna every morning, you need a daily infusion of God's word and God's spirit. Paul challenged the Christians in Rome, serve the Lord enthusiastically, and the believers in Galatia. If someone is eager to do good things, that's all right. So instead of complaining about all the things you don't like, realize that the presence and the power of God lives within you, and put a smile on your face and a spring in your step, and remember whose kingdom you're a citizen of, God's. And there's another, this is another totally different type article that I read about enthusiasm. But I thought it was very good. And it's from this lady named Emma Sepapala. Okay. And this was written about 6 months ago. And it says this, and I want y'all to think about this. Okay. Since some of us are going out and, being in person with people again, it says, if you meet someone at a post-pandemic party whose eyes are constantly flitting around the room. So they come in the room, she goes, do they make a good impression? Do they appear magnetic or charming? The answer is probably not. Their mind is clearly somewhere else, maybe trying to figure out if there's someone in the room who's more important than you. They're not focusing on the conversation. They may glance at or even focus on their mobile device. Are you likely to want to speak to them again? Chances are you will not. No one is interested in talking to someone who's not present. Worse yet is if they're not present, if they are not present and they're focused on technology. One study showed that the mere presence of a cell phone impaired people's sense of connection in face-to-face conversations. However, if you meet someone who is completely attentive to you, actively engaged in the conversation, you're much more likely to find them likable and interesting. If that person's cell phone rings without them checking it, they even get more points. Why? Because in that moment, the only thing that seemed to matter to them is you. You're the most important person there, and they have gifted you all of their attention at that particular moment. A charismatic person is able to exert a significant influence because he or she connects with others in meaningful ways. It's no surprise people often describe charismatic people like, I'm going to put in here, Mary Kay Ash, as having the ability to make you feel as if you were the only person in the room. Given how rare it is to receive that kind of attention from anyone, the ability to be fully present makes a big impression. It is a present. And so I wanted to share that with you too, because that is one of the ways that we can show enthusiasm in our business. And so in the workbook, there was a little thing on here and it says, what are some ways that you show enthusiasm in and through your business? So if you would, in the chat, if y'all would just type a couple of ways that maybe if you have like kind of worked on in the workbook at all, what are some ways you show enthusiasm in and through your business? Okay. And I'm just going to read some of them that as y'all type them in here. And then I will just start with one. One of mine would be is when I talk to a customer about a new product. Okay. So we have a new product come out. And instead of saying, hey, Jana, this is Cleta. I mean, we got some new stuff. Did you look at the lookbook? Instead going, Jana, I am calling you because I don't know if you saw the book that I sent you, but oh my goodness, the clinical solution. Have you seen and read the stats on the clinical solution? I mean, do you even understand what retinol is? Because I didn't. Because let me tell you though, because when you get that retinol and you start using it and you go through the retinization process for 8 weeks, your skin is going to look like, you did when you were much younger. I mean, can't you just hardly stand it? I don't know if you've even thought about trying it, but I would love to get you on this product today and let you be one of my very first customers to give me a testimony on this brand new product. Okay. So if she has any sense in her head, she'll buy it right now. So you see what I'm saying? Enthusiasm sells, right? Enthusiasm sells. Okay, so some of the things that I'm seeing in the chat is excitement in your voice, smiling eyes, to believe in your product. Look in their eye when you talk to them. In product reorders, her notes are colorful. That's awesome. Will you be one of my first people to try the new product? How you package the product, fun with stickers, even yummy with a little mint, and include an inspirational card and a note in your orders. People will look, they start looking for that stuff. Show excitement is how Mary Kay's changed your life in your iStory for sure. When you drop off products, you're so excited to see them and you thank them for the business. Your voice inflections. And so I love all these. Try the product first and be a testimony for sure. So those are all great ways that we can show enthusiasm in our product. And y'all, enthusiasm sells. Enthusiasm sells. How do you think that the people on QVC sell this green sweater? And they get millions of them bought. And you're not even trying on the green sweater. You don't even look good in green. But they have sold you on it because they're so excited about this green sweater and how it feels. And oh, it's so wonderful and the softness of it. And they describe it and they romance it and they're enthusiastic about it. And they tell you that they're almost out of them. You better get into them today. And you're buying a green sweater that you didn't even know you wanted. So you guys, enthusiasm sells. Enthusiasm sells. Okay. In the workbook, it has a place to rate yourself. And and how many of y'all literally, you don't really love rating yourself? No, I can never rate myself again and be happy the rest of my life. But because if you're like most people, you don't want to give yourself a 10 because you're like, that's arrogant, everybody can improve. And then, it's just rating yourself is difficult. But if you really kind of think about it, there's several ways that you show enthusiasm in your business. And this is actually at your party, the opening of your party, your iStory, your teaching of the miracle set or whatever skincare set you're doing, your closing, when you're doing a career chat, when you're telling others about your business, and when you're sharing your goals with your team and your customer and your family. You guys. And so you kind of rate yourself on that and see if there's an area that you go, I know I'm not that awesome. My awesomeness is lower at this level, right? That's a positive way to say you stink at that. So you need to work on it. So think of the areas that you just really aren't the best at. And is it the middle of the party? Do you start out strong, then the middle of the party, when you start talking about the products, you just kind of, and it gets boring? Because if that's the case, you need to sell yourself on those products that you're using again. You really need to sell the sizzle on that. And that's why, like, listening to other people do it and get some of these catchphrases, that's always helpful, when you're trying to do like your live presentations. And I say live, which live in person or live on the computer. And then it has you write down names of Mary Kay women who you love their enthusiasm. And so I was thinking there's so many in Mary Kay that I love. And here's the way I personally do it. If they're giving a speech and when they start talking, and then I don't even realize how long they've talked because it's been so good. It's that enthusiasm that draws me to them that I could just listen to them all day long because they're not boring, they're not monotone, they're excited, they're passionate. And I just, they give through the computer screen, or if you're in person, they give. Like their energy is going straight to you, right? And you popped up after you listen to them, right? And then there's others that I'm like, oh, is she done? Now, some people that are like that, they're very enthusiastic one-on-one, but maybe not great speakers. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very successful still. So you don't have to be jumping off the ceiling and have the same exact personality as somebody. But I was thinking of 3 of the speakers from this weekend, the Ignite, the Ignite weekend that we had. And 3 of the speakers that just stood out to me on Saturday that had so much enthusiasm from the start to the finish. Okay. One was that cute little Jamie Taylor, the 29-year-old national sales director. I mean, she's so bubbly. She's so enthusiastic. Yes. And she just like everything she said was real. It was enthusiastic. I mean, like her personality does attract you to her, does it not? Another one was Monica Gabot, and Monica's the one that came out with this, the one that we use these deals all the time, the 50% deals. And she gave 10 queen tips because she's the queen of sales. And she was great. Her smile, the way she looked at you, all of her tips, they were so good, right? And then the last one was Angel Fry. And Angel Fry told us on there that she's like, did she say she was 80 years old? No, she didn't. That was Ann Sherman. Excuse me, Angel, if you're listening to this. I don't know how old you are. I'm sure you're just in your 60s. Okay, but anyway, Angel, she talked about all the different things she does in her VIP group. Okay, all the things in her VIP group, from Winning Wednesdays to Tasteful Tuesdays to, I mean, the girl can do anything. I mean, she was talking about doing recipes and doing travel tips and doing this and doing that. And I'm like, I'm just about worn out. I mean, it was very enthusiastic. I'm like, wow, the woman is like a machine. She's a beast. I mean, like, and I just thought, wow. And I really thought, I really would like to be on her group, right? Because I want to see like, I would be interested in seeing all this stuff. These tips. So it made me really think about my VIP group. What am I doing on there? Am I even fun at all? Do I go live? Do I say anything? Is it of any value at all? And so things like that, these women and it says, how do you feel when you're around them? You feel like you could do it too. And their enthusiasm, it just spills out on over to you, right? And so I want you to think about people that you feel like are very enthusiastic and emulate them. Now, don't emulate them in a fake way. Now, everybody knows, this is our Boss Babe call. Y'all know we just talk straight talk right on here. Okay. So nobody wants to listen to somebody who's a fake out, like, now fake it till you make it. Yes. But like, you still can be yourself is what I'm saying. Be yourself, but pump it up a little bit. If your normal self is super quiet and just very calm and you just want to think about all the things, and that's fine, but maybe every now and then raise it up a little bit and go down a little bit. You can be enthusiastic. And honestly, I want you to just think about a time in your life, not even in your Mary Kay life. I want you to think about a time that you were so excited to tell somebody something. I mean, you were pumped. It could have been when, maybe if you're married, when you got your engagement ring and you could not wait to get on the phone and tell a friend, right? Or it could be if you're have children and you were excited about getting pregnant. It could be that you could not wait to tell maybe your mother that you were pregnant, right? The one that will be the most excited, unless you were 14 or something. Anyway, anyway, we won't even go there. So you guys, think about the time when you were super excited yourself and how you shared that information. and how excited you were. And then they were excited, right? Or if you got a really nice gift, or if you're a sales director, you can think about that minute that you had your qualified people in and you had your production in and you knew it was done, right? Or that minute that you won your very first car with Mary Kay and how you felt about that and how pumped you were. Or if you're a newer consultant, that first party where you got that first sale and you got your first order in and the box came in, right? That you're excited. So sometimes we just lost our enthusiasm and we've just got to go find it back, right? And I think one of the things one of the teachers said, just go hijack it, hijack your enthusiasm again and put it back on there, right? And so let's brainstorm. Yeah, someone says, if you won one of the gift cards yesterday, right? I did not get enthusiastic about that because they messed up on my name and spelled it Cindy instead of Cleta. That was not on there. But yes, if you want a gift card from yesterday. So to brainstorm some different ways to add it. And we've talked about some different ways on here, but if you think of anything on there, oh, Marina won one. Well, get it, Marina. I did not see her name. I was looking for her. Post in here if you think of some tips, in which we've already kind of talked to some, but that you could add enthusiasm to your business. And I think we've kind of covered that already. One of the things is really do pay attention to your voice. And I was going to play something, but I decided against it. And because I was looking on YouTube for some videos, and there's a lot of people, there are a lot of coaches on speaking, and a lot of them that talk about put some enthusiasm in your voice and not speaking with a monotone voice. And they had this practices where you go, you do different things at home to see how your voice does, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1, where your voice is different and not 3 or 2. And so some of the things like that, and the biggest thing they said on 3 different ones I looked at really quick was, and they even said this yesterday, record yourself, go back and watch it. Go back and watch it and see what you're doing and how your voice sounds. And yesterday they gave some really good tips of seeing if there's any weird quirks that you do that you don't realize. And y'all, I'm going to tell y'all a funny one that I did. And I hate to even show you on here because if I do it, then what if I start doing it again? But I did not know I did this. And this was back a few years ago. And it's when I was wearing a whole mouthful of braces. It was back in 2015, I think. And I just did it because I just was thinking about it. So I've got to really watch it. But what I did, you guys, I would stick my tongue out when I was talking. I go, I don't even know, but something weird with my tongue. And I would go, I'm like, oh my word. And I'm like, and then my niece says, we were at a dinner table. She said, yes, so-and-so does that. And she never could quit doing it. I'm like, you're kidding. And it's so awful and annoying. And I really had to watch and not do that right there. Okay. Okay. You don't realize you're doing it. How would you know until you go back and look at your videos? So go back. And some people hate to go back and look at their videos. I understand that. But if you want to improve, you have to make yourself. And one of the things it talked about was not using a bunch of filler words. And filler words can be more than just like, those are kind of common. It's when you put things like, you know what I mean? And you say that every other day, every other thing. And so you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Filler words. And so look back at some of the things when you're doing your lives. If you're only trying to talk 5 minutes, let's fill it up with some good stuff in there, not just a bunch of filler words, right? So look, and even me saying right probably is a filler word. So evaluate. Jana, I know you say you haven't seen me do that, but it's really bad. Okay. Mary Kay always taught consultants to share their I story with enthusiasm. Do the women at your parties feel your enthusiasm when you share your I story? How can you add more enthusiasm during this part of your career chat? And of course, with this one, it'd be practice it. And they talked about this on some of the training yesterday about your I story. And really, you want to go back and look at when you first signed up. Why did you sign up that day? And tell them, like, say, when I first, like for me, I would say when I first signed up, I was 23 years old and I was making just a little over minimum wage. And I thought, what if I could have $50 to $100 extra a week? What would I do with that money? And talk about that and say, and that was really what my goal was. And then they said, one of the tips was to also, after you say like why you joined and what your goals were then, and then what your big goal is now, is now. And people will jump on to help you with goals, say, but now my goal is, and whatever that is for you. And it can be something that's personal for you and your family, something you're trying to purchase for you and your family. Or it could be like if it was a sales director and your goal was to win the top directorship, maybe take your husband to Scotland, something like that. And so, but if maybe it's a beauty consultant and your goal is to get on target to win a car because you have a 1978 Grand Am and it is on the last leg and you need a new car, right, for your family. And so you're trying to earn the use of a Malibu. So whatever it is, okay, and that will help get you kind of excited about doing the party. And guess what? Every time you say your goal over and over and over and over and over, it's going to remind you of your goal, and it's going to help your customers. And I promise you this works, because I've had my customers come up to me at church and go, did you get that Cadillac? Because they knew that I was going for like the XT6 or whatever it was. Did you get that trip? Because I want to help you get that trip now. So how much more do you need? Well, let me order another cleanser. I love it, right? And so awesome. And then what are the positive effects that your enthusiasm can have on those around you? And you guys, would y'all not say that enthusiasm and being positive is, it does attract people to you? Don't you? Let's say you're going to a dinner and you've got 10 friends, all right? And you've got a couple, you love them all equally. But there are a couple that are always negative and complaining, even though you still love them. Maybe they're in your family. Okay. You really try not to get yourself to sit right by them at the dinner party, right? You really would like to be on the fun end of the table with someone that is more positive, that talks about positive things, that is exciting, that shares stories, that's engaging, right? So I want you to look at that. And at the dinner party, on a scale of 1 to 10, who are you at that party? Are you the one where nobody wants to sit by you because you're Debbie Downer? Are you 10? And you're the one that they're like, oh, I want to sit by her. They make you sit in the middle, right? And so we have a friend, his name is Ray, and my friend Ray and Barbara, and we always like to sit near Ray, because if you sit near Ray at the dinner party, you're going to be having fun, because Ray is funny and he tells funny stories. And if you're at the other end, you're like, I can't hear Ray. So I want you to think about that and be Ray. Be Ray. Be that ray of sunshine that people want to be around. And guess what? Your customers will want to be around you. Your team members will want to hear from you. You'll have other people that are saying, what are you doing? I just want to come and just hang out with you. Yeah, I'll try some Mary Kay too. And so I do believe enthusiasm is a key to our business. I really, really do. And so I want you to think about that this week. I want you to make your list of, it says, I'm a boss babe who can make a difference in the world. Remember, we're doing our weekly, and I even filled out my weekly accomplishment sheet. That's how I knew how much I sold this week. I'm so proud of myself. The 6 most important things every night before you go to bed, your weekly plan sheet for the week, right? And then you're going to write down 3 to 5 things specifically that you could do to build your business and your belief, and even add some enthusiasm this week. What could you do? And write a few things down on there. And then go back and look what you wrote last week. I know if some of y'all will be like, oh, what did I write? That's a good idea. I should have done that. Right? So guess what? Just forgive yourself. And you got to go back and do everything you said you were going to do last week too. I did do several of mine on there. So I'm going to share with you the Bible verse for the week. And okay, the belief verse, the Bible verse and the belief verse for the week is, therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. And so, you know what? We may just have to ask for more enthusiasm. If you feel like, I just need more enthusiasm, I need it. I just need to ask for it and believe God's going to give it to me, because it does mean God within, right? So Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you've received it and it will be yours. And so that is a verse for the week. And then I want to remind everybody of the 9-week goal. This is for everybody on here, the 9-week goal. To attend at least 6 of the 9 Boss Babe sessions and accomplish at least 3 of the 4 of these goals. Number 1, be a Powered by Pink Achiever in January. Number 2, be a Powered by Pink Achiever in February. Number 3, pamper at least 30 women at virtual or in-person appointments from January 1st to February the 28th. Now, if you listen to the Ignite workshop, we all know that the Power Start was the predominant theme, and that was 30 faces in 30 days. But this is even letting you do 30 faces in 60, well, almost 60 days, right? And then add one new team member. Because here's the deal, if you really are in front of 30 people and you share the opportunity, do you not think at least one of 30 would want to do this? I think they would, right? So tonight, let's really think about our belief in the company, our belief in ourselves that we had last week that we really talked about. And then this week, let's say, is the missing link, or could it be our enthusiasm has just not been on high? We've just been kind of going through the motions. And, even as a sales director, if you've been in a long time, you could do it in your sleep. Honestly, you could wake me up in the middle of the night and I could do a skincare party. I don't even have to think about it, right? Because I've done it so many times. But would it be enthusiastic? Would it be excellent? Probably not, right? So I want you to really kind of think about some areas that you could be more enthusiastic, and really just think about it this week as you talk to people. And just, why don't y'all just try something like this, is when you talk to a customer this week, find one product that she hasn't tried and just in your mind go, okay, she has never tried our mascara. So when I talk to her, I'm going to talk about the mascara and I'm going to see what I can do. Okay. So you go deliver her cleansing cream because that is all she buys, right? But you see, she's got mascara on her eyeballs. I mean, her eyelashes. So you go, Latrice, girl, thank you for buying this cleanser. I can't even tell you how many cleansers you bought for me in the past. Listen, I've noticed that your lashes, how beautiful they are, because I noticed that you may wear a little mascara. Am I right, Latrice, that you have some mascara on your lashes? And I don't know if you're back to what you wore in high school, that great lash in the pink and the green tube, but have you ever considered trying some of our Mary Kay mascara? I mean, it is the best. And guess what? There's like 5 different kinds. So I know I can find one that you'd absolutely love. I would love for you to just test out one of our mascaras. Just test it out for a week. And if you like it, you can pay me for it. And if you don't like it, you can call me and go, I'm bringing back this crappy mascara back to you. Don't say that. I'm bringing back the mascara back to you. Okay. Say, would you just try it? Okay. And then let them try it and see what they think, because they're going to love it. Right? Don't y'all all love our mascara? I mean, I love them all so much, I can't decide which one to wear. Every morning I have all of them. And I'm like, is today a lash intensity day? Is it a lash love day? Is it a Fanorama? Or am I ultimate today? I'm ultimate. Okay. So, think about what you could do to upsell and use some enthusiasm this week. Okay. And as far as for your bookings as well. Okay. So you guys, I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic. Are you enthusiastic? Okay, so let's hear from some of our directors, our consultants. You guys can just unmute and anything that you'd like to be enthusiastically and talk about while we wrap this up, this part of it. Okay, go ahead, Jana.
Well, I just can't wait because I'm so enthusiastic. Because enthusiasm is contagious, you guys. It is absolutely contagious. And so, you know what? Brighten somebody's day. Go be enthusiastic. And you know what I like to do? I like to listen to those recordings, like from the Ignite conference. I listened to one of those this morning when I was getting ready. I listened to Monica Gabot, and I'm just telling you, the whole house was enthusiastic. They're like, "Oh my gosh, who was that?" So, you guys, what are you doing? Like, you're already doing mindless things, like taking a shower. You don't have to focus on washing your body and your hair. I mean, you can do that and be listening to something else, putting on your makeup, doing your hair, when you're cooking, when you're doing laundry, when you're driving, I could tell you probably numerous things throughout the day. you could be listening and letting this stuff go into your brain. Listen to positive, powerful, enthusiastic women, and it really does help. So check what you're listening to and put in some good stuff. And that's it. That's what I got.
I love it. That was so enthusiastic, Jan.
Thank you. Love it.
Who else has something they'd like to add?
Well, one
Just
quick
say-
thing. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Christine. You go ahead.
Just to tag on to Jana, the $1 Million Message is a great thing to listen to in your car or when you're brushing your teeth. And it's short and quick when you only have about 5 minutes. So that's another good one.
Okay, thank you. Loree?
I was just going to say, I remember back in the day, we used to do this chant at the beginning of our sales meetings: act enthusiastic, and then you'll be enthusiastic. Act enthusiastic, and you'll be enthusiastic. So it does work. You can trick your brain and make it tell your body how you want to feel.
It's so true. And we would start that out. Everybody's sitting there like, oh, we finally got there. And then we're like, all right, everybody get up, let's go. And then we'd all get up there and do that until we were like enthusiastic. So yeah, thank you for that reminder.
I was going to say, do you remember the Mary Kay Enthusiasm song?
That's right.
I had a friend one time that was on an airplane with a bunch of Mary Kay people. I think it was at seminar time. And they said, all of a sudden, the whole airplane just erupted and they started singing this. I've got this Mary Kay enthusiasm up in. And so that's really kind of funny that came to mind while Jana was talking about enthusiasm being contagious, because they said that they were not a Mary Kay, but the whole plane just started singing the song with them. So I thought that was pretty funny. It really is contagious when you're excited. And it really does. I mean, when you call your customers, I'm sure I use a lot of those filler words as I started typing them in there because I get excited and then I start tripping over the words I'm saying. And I think that we all do that, right? But it's authentic. And I don't think we're annoying because we're being authentic. And so that was one of the questions somebody brought up. I think I annoy people when I'm doing that. But, if you're authentically you're not going to annoy people because they're just going to see that you're truly excited about the stuff that you have. And then one other thing I wanted to say, tagging along with what Jana said, I made it a New Year's resolution to be listening to the $1 Million Message as I'm doing my makeup in the morning. So it's really funny that she said that. And now there's a brand new hotline that you guys can do called Jesus Daily Hotline. And it's 5 Mary Kay ladies that record a Jesus message every morning. So that's another one that you might want to put with your $1 Million Message. That's a really good thing to listen to.
Exactly. And all of us put our makeup on, hopefully at some time in the morning. If not, that could be maybe a tip for the week. Get up and put some makeup on. And when you do, unless you're going live on your Facebook group showing them how to put your makeup on, which is a great idea, then you need to be listening to something positive. So have that time. You have time to do it. I used to always listen to sermons in the morning while put my makeup on. And so thank you for those tips.
And Mary Kay always said, get up, get cute, and get out.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Okay.
Well, I have something to share.
Go ahead, Latrice.
I am excited because I have taken this very seriously. And I told my girls that I've been reaching out to about booking. I have booked 4 parties and one of them did not give me a date. And so I texted her after church today and I said, hey, Cherish, I have a leadership call tonight. And I was going to tell them about the party I booked with you. We have to set a date. And she said, okay, let's do it Tuesday, the 25th. So anyway, I have gotten excited about my 6 most important things to do. I did my weekly accomplishment sheet and we have a new unit member and I may have a new recruit myself. So that breeds enthusiasm too.
Yeah,
So
it sure does. Hang on, that even deserves a little compliment. Way to go, Latrice. That's awesome.
We'll celebrate in Atlanta.
That's right. That's right.
You get me a coat.
That's right. And then Katie Harris said she remembers hearing a training about doing 10 jumping jacks before you get on the phone to do booking calls. It definitely gets your blood flowing and your excitement level up in your voice. And so, that's one of the things they say, would you book with you? with what you're saying. Ugh. If you like, no, girl, call me back later. When you sound like you got some, some live in you. Okay, who else has something they'd like to add?
Hey, Cleta, this is Ayla. I would just say don't take yourself so seriously and just have fun. I mean, we're in the cosmetic business, we're about making people beautiful. And, when you feel great yourself or you're laughing, if you have some little saying that you say all the time, like I'll call Cleta and say, hey, have you got a bridal magazine? Something silly that makes you laugh. Or some great music to help you feel more enthusiastic, because really and truly, when you're excited, people will get excited with you, and they may not be, even a stranger, they may not think that they're going to talk about cosmetics, but when you say, hey girl, have you ever tried Mary Kay? They're like, no. Well, this weekend I was out chatterbooking and just got lots of names just because I was out and excited. And so really just have fun with it.
Amen. Amen. Because you know what? If you're a fun person and you have fun with it, people are going to want to be around you. They just flat are, right? And one of the things I want y'all to think about, and you can raise your hand on here. I've got y'all all in gallery view so the whole world can see you. So if you look dumb right now, everybody's going to see you. So sit up a little straighter and look in the mirror, look in the camera. When you got ready to decorate your house for Christmas or your Christmas tree, how many of you put on Christmas music to do it? Am I the only one? Several of you, because it gets you in that Christmas spirit, doesn't it? And you're just like, and then when I was taking it down, I had to put on some rock and roll to get myself motivated to get it down. Brad's like, this is not the best music you're listening to. I said, I know. So then I've changed to a Christian channel. But, music does lift the spirits, right? It really does. And so thank you for that reminder, Sayla. I love that. That's why when you walk and you're listening to music while you walk, you can just book it, right? And so maybe you need to listen to music before you make your booking calls and get yourself in a better mood, right? Sometimes just about your mood. If you're in a stinky mood and you don't want to do anything, well, it's going to show in everything you do, in the text messages and everything, right? So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you for coming in tonight. What a great group we have. Let me glance over here on YouTube because, man, there's a ton of people over here on YouTube. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. And we have a lot of chat going on over there as well. So beautiful. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm just kind of glancing over there. All right. So good deal. We will be back next. Well, that is a good question, because next Sunday, we're actually going to be in Atlanta at Leadership Conference. So, let me think. I should have thought about this before right this second. I will let y'all know. What may I do? I might just pre-record. Pre-record or don't re-record. I'll get back to y'all on that. We may just have a week off of the Boss Babe and connect back. Let's just do that. Okay. So we won't have a Boss Babe next week. Instead, you work on these 2 weeks, work on your bookings, work on, getting your 30 faces in, your team member and all of that. And we'll have a lot to say for sure. We're going to have a lot to say after Leadership Conference. But yeah, let's just postpone the Boss Babe call. So we're
going to be enthusiastic.
We'll be so enthusiastic. Week 3, instead of being the 16th, will be the 23rd. Okay. That's what we're going to do. So if you are in my unit,